Hello, all, and welcome to tonight's beer review, which I am going to dub the single beer review because I'm only going to do a single beer review tonight. I was thinking about reviewing two things, but I kind of changed my mind. Mostly because I just want to have like a couple beers tonight. I don't want to have three, so Um, yeah. So let's get on with the review. So this is from the Winter Collection, Samuel Adams. My dad gave me a whole bunch of extras of ones that he doesn't particularly care for, plus ones I haven't reviewed. So yeah, this is going to get reviewed by me. And this is the American IPA, boldly hoppy. 6.5 ABV, 45 IBUs. Kind of on the heavy side for Sam Adams. Let's read the back, shall we? Boldly hoppy. This American IPA has an intense, juicy citrus flavor with a lean body and crisp, clean finish. To brew our West Coast style IPA, the brewers hand selected 5 American hop varieties and brewed for a maximum hop expression, emphasizing hop flavor and aroma. So I haven't actually sampled this yet. This is going to be immediate impressions. My dad was not impressed. He said it tasted weird, but he tends to have a very conservative palate, as it were. He makes fun of me for drinking sours, and even more so for wild ales. So, without much further ado, let's just get to this, shall we? A clear golden yellow, somewhat carbonated but not heavily, with a thick white head. Frothy white head, I'd say. And definitely West Coast style on the nose here. Got pine tree, some dank, hints of florals, with a somewhat biscuity malt base. Smells somewhat sweet underneath all that hopping. Yeah, yeah, that's definitely West Coast. Well, it's not very. Let's see here. What was the IBUs again? 45 IBUs was not particularly super bitter. It definitely comes across perceptively, as I'm perceiving it anyway, on my palate, as very dry. With a mid to finish that is very heavy pine needles, dry zest, dry citrus zest, almost lemony zest. Tea like notes in the mids. That slightly tannic dryness from the mid to finish. Leaves almost coating on the mouth in the finish. Not super hop forward. Kind of comes in the mids and all the way through into the long finish. But just a bracing bite of carbonation in the front. Yeah, Lots of tannic notes, lemon peel notes, and the front to mids after the carbonation. Followed immediately by pine tree. Malts don't have too much dimensionality to it on the palate as compared to on the nose. So what can I say about this beer? I've kind of pretty much outlined it all already, unless something really develops as it warms up. I would say that this is the equivalent of a middle tier local brewery's expression of an IPA, something that they sort of do and acceptable and drinkable, but it's not amazing. It's not a sterling example of the style, as it were. I can see why this one is not super highly rated, and it's not because it's a particularly bad beer, but because it's not a particularly good beer. It could be anybody's West Coast style IPA. And being that West Coast style IPAs are sort of passe at the moment compared to the hazy, tropical, New England style, and I know I've conflated them all in the past, and I kind of still will in the future in some respects because they do share traits, in my opinion. But they're different styles, but the West Coast style is sort of passe. I think everyone in the craft beer world has sort of experienced it at this point and has either gone and enjoyed it or, learned to stay away from it. This is not going to change any minds. It's not going to open up any eyes. It's not going to cause vast revelations. You wouldn't turn it down if it's given to you. You just go and kind of drink it. This is warming up, is getting an almost odd herbal note in the mids to finish. Not unpleasant, but I can see that's probably the note that caused my dad to say, because I think that's kind of one of the flavor notes he doesn't particularly like. Yeah, definitely an herbal to spicy kind of thing. Odd that, considering there's no spices added to this particular one. Maybe that's what they were aiming for when they did this for the winter collection. Sam Adams does do a lot of spiced beers, and especially for their winter releases. So maybe they picked something that sort of developed in the fermenting process, a slight herbal to spice note. Hmm. Don't know. It's not exciting. It's there. Nothing to take away from my initial sort of assessment as a very, very average West Coast style IPA. Again, nothing to turn down, but nothing to get wowed by either. Samuel Adams American IPA. Got it? Drink it. If you don't got it, well, you're not missing out on much either. That's your beer review from tonight, folks. Cheers.